Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to our live stream with Narrowboat Girl and Narrowboat Mum.
And some dogs, sorry.
No, that's fine. I just don't want ours to join in. Much deeper barks. Oh, bless them. So, how's your day been, Narrowboat Mum?
Oh, it's been very exciting. Lots of fun. I've been looked after. I had my I'll show you my birthday present in a minute, but Emma made me a giant cookie.
Did she?
Yes, with lots of things on top. So what did we put on top?
We put Nutella, galaxy bits, and then cream egg bits on her side anyway.
So you split it down, did you? What was on your side?
Oh, it was just everything but except cream eggs. I don't really like them.
Don't like cream eggs. Wow.
So it was a chocolate feast then.
It was a chocolate feast, and Emma built a snowman. So Emma was very jealous that it snowed on my birthday. She thinks it should snow on hers, and she said that it should have snowed on Christmas Day as well.
When did it start snowing?
It was kind of like in the morning time.
It's about 10 o'clock, I think. We got our noisy generator out for our neighbours. Nice and early.
Then what time were you able to build the snowman for?
How long?
You waited till about lunchtime just to get it a bit deeper, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I rolled it around and stuff. I failed very miserably because I was going to put coal in its eyes, but the coal didn't fit, it wouldn't stay in there. So then there's just this black patch on its eyes. We
didn't have all the accessories that we possibly wanted.
So did it get a carrot nose?
We don't have a carrot. It has a tinfoil nose,
which apparently Nigel said has fallen off.
Oh.
So now it's just a blank face. It looks like he said. It looks like a ghost.
Yeah.
Still there then.
Still there.
Still there.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, we haven't had any snow yet.
No, we've not had it. No.
We had ours last week.
Freezing though, really cold.
Yeah. The canal's sort of, it is frozen, but it's not too sort of thick because we had the fuel boat came, so we kind of stocked up on coal and our gas and kindling because I like to have my kindling mountain. So it was a busy day as well. I went to the shops and yes, we did quite a lot of normal things as well. Normal.
Oh, you went shopping on your birthday?
Well, yes, I go out and buy a few bits and bobs. Nothing too exciting.
Yes. Cool. So, shall we go in for? Hang on. Ready?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, hang on.
Epic fail.
Epic fail. Ready? Let's sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Fiona. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. And thank you very much to everybody who sent me birthday wishes. Oh, and this is my birthday present. You can all guess what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Any guesses?
Oh yeah.
Emma's really embarrassed. No.
It's a headband, isn't it? An ear warmer.
No.
Close.
It's more technical than that. It has to be down a little bit further. It's got headphones in it.
No way.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, look.
So when I want to listen to something and I don't want to annoy Emma, because I like sometimes to sleep with kind of things, listening to things, then I put this on and then I get noise through Bluetooth through the ears.
Music. You guys have different tastes of music, huh?
Yeah, definitely. And also you just look at YouTube nonsense.
Oh dear.
So I'm very excited about that. So I often listen to things. I like to listen to things before I go to bed and go to sleep, and I'm always thinking it's annoying Emma.
Do you listen to audiobooks, Fiona?
Not so much audiobooks, but I listen to podcasts. So I don't need to see. I just sort of listen to people, or I listen to sermons, or listen to kind of lectures and things. I find those sorts of things soothe me, and I send me off to sleep.
You end up falling asleep with it on your head, and it's going to be like that in the morning.
Yes. So I was very excited. It might be a little thing, but I was really excited about that, wasn't I?
I was gonna get her something else, but then she didn't want it.
She wanted to get me a cushion, didn't she? And I so we got enough cushions.
Space is paramount on a narrowboat.
Yes. Yes.
Well, welcome to everybody that's tuned in so far.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And welcome to everybody who's watching us back on replay.
Yes. Later on.
And thank you so much to Emma and Fiona for letting us host you on this very special day, the day of your birthday. We do have some birthday questions, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, cool. Can we just say a quick
Oh,
hi?
hi to Eddie MC.
He's one of our patrons. Thank you.
Anybody else?
No, we'll say some more. We'll say some more.
Oh, yeah,
hellos
I'll
in a
ask a
minute.
question then you tip
Yeah.
in. So, quick question. What was your best birthday?
My best birthday. Ooh. I can tell you probably what was my slightly worst, and that was
That was
when
the
it.
next question, so go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. That was probably my 40th because I was actually pregnant with Emma, so I had a very dry 40th birthday party, very subdued. So it was kind of
Very, very
I was
quiet.
obviously excited, but I was quite big and I couldn't drink. So I think I remember my 40th and thinking, I'm trying to think my best birthday. I don't know, probably my 21st. I remember that. Or when I was a student, I'm sure I had some good fun birthdays.
But you don't remember them.
It probably means they're quite good. I sort of presume.
What was your best birthday?
Your best birthday.
Oh,
Well, your worst. Your worst was last year, wasn't it? Because that was the day of the national lockdown.
Oh God, yeah.
23rd of
we
March.
managed to go a bit of a walk, but that one was a bit.
I have to say, Emma doesn't always remember them, but I used to throw a really good birthday party. I had one.
I remember them just slightly because there used to be just like a bunch of people there, and I used to get salty when we used to do pass the parcel, and then I couldn't get the things that even if I landed in pass the parcel because I was like the birthday girl or something.
But
like
we did crafts. We had bouncy castles. We did all sorts.
I always like to win the pass a parcel as well.
And what was your cake? You used to get those Costco sheet cakes, which were really good.
Those are really good. So
I must admit, I did throw a few very good sort of parties when you were younger. So I feel I've put some.
No parties on the boat though.
No, we had
one on my 12th birthday.
And this year, I think your birthday's the day before our boat comes out for blacking. So probably not going to be
bad timing.
Throwing out the so it's just it was a shame because last year was our 13th and we were just kind of in the middle of nowhere, weren't we? Went straight into lockdown. But
most interesting gift you've ever received?
Oh gosh. Gift. Gosh, I can't even remember gifts. I think my dad got me some pearls for my 21st. My headband, I like that. That was
super trendy. You're gonna be so cool. Down with the kids.
You got a Nintendo Switch, didn't you, last year? So Emma's into her gaming, so she got something sort of gaming. I don't know. I don't think we're that kind of into. I think again,
I can't really help over the.
I think again, I peaked at the sort of young years. There were lots of kind of those big kitchens that you bought for kids, and the kind of and a trampoline. You got a trampoline one year, so I feel like I peaked when she was about 6 or 7, and then it's all been a bit downhill since then, really.
But they say it's a good life.
Not if you want lots of things. The thing is, there's not a lot of things you can have. As you say, there's no space for the things unless they're small.
People saying happy birthday, Fiona.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Okay, here's a good one. If you could pick one dessert to replace a cake as the official birthday dessert, what would it be?
Creme brulee.
Really?
I love creme brulee. Yeah.
You, Emma?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. I think that's already out there for birthdays. That's a pretty good one. You want to ask one?
I don't want to hear. Go on then. Given the choice, what age would you stay forever?
I don't know. I think I'm looking forward to being a bit disgracefully old. I think, yeah, personally, I don't really sort of, I'm not too worried about sort of getting old. So no, happy for the clock to keep turning.
So
What about you, Emma? Say again? Sorry, Dave.
Did any of the, like, when you were 30 or 40, did any of those milestone birthdays affect you in any way? Were you dreading getting to 30 or 40?
Oh, 30 for me.
Well, I don't know. But I suppose because my life changed at 40, because I suppose I was one of these really, really old mums. So at 30, I was kind of, single and footloose. Well, I wasn't, because I was probably fostering. But yeah, I think 40 changed my life, because I went from being kind of, it was just me, and then it was me and Emma. So yeah, I suppose 40 was a sort of a big year. I was on catch up mode. Kind of. But you just want to be older, don't you? You like being older each year.
Yeah, probably if I could 25, because that's a good year. Because you can drive, you can drink, you could basically do anything. Well, it's a good option to have.
Emma's looking forward to driving. We'll cover over the drinking bit.
It's a good option to have. It's a middle.
25 is like Friends, though, isn't it? That seems to be quite a trendy age.
Yeah.
I really wibbled when I hit 30, to be fair.
I don't think I can remember 30 that much. I can't remember what I was doing at 30. So clearly, I haven't given a lot of thought to this.
Is that something that you're looking forward to doing then, Emma, learning to drive, or is that
definitely? Because it'd be nice just to be able to travel pretty easily if you have sort of we're thinking of in the future getting a moped. Because when we get it, I probably won't be able to drive it, but when I turn 16, I can at least drive around and I'll know how to get places.
And possibly a van. So if Emma goes to college, she might do mechanics. So you'd quite like to have a van, wouldn't you? I mean, obviously when she's older and saved up for it.
But did you build a snowman today, Emma? Yes, it failed dramatically though, because the eyes look very dodgy.
We will put some photos up on our various social medias of the
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, they're terrible.
Oh dear. Got any plans for later on? Have you watched the film? Is that Sherlock Holmes's daughter?
No, it's called
Enola. Is it Enola?
Enola Holmes? That's what it's called. It has one of my favorite actresses, Millie Bobby Brown, in it. And we've watched half of it. We're gonna finish the rest after the live. It was actually pretty good. You thought it was gonna be?
I thought it was gonna be awful. It was one of those sort of films I sort of every now and then I agree to watch a film with Emma, and to be fair, I was going to have a glass of wine afterwards and sort of just put up with it. But actually, it wasn't too bad.
I actually quite liked it.
I'm quite looking forward to the second half.
Is she actually as a character Sherlock Holmes's daughter?
She's Sherlock Holmes's sister.
Yes,
sister. Ah, yeah. I think Lisa says that was a fantastic film.
I normally put up with Emma's choices. She sort of has to do these deals with me to get me to watch things, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, hi, John Evans.
Hi. So so we kind of have we used to sort of like more films sort of together, but now we're a bit different. We seem to kind of Emma likes anime.
I forced to watch a bunch of anime films, but you always a bit bored of them.
Yes.
I think you were watching a Japanese film once in subtitles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She made me watch something.
Fiona said, "I have to go. I have to read them. I don't know what's going on."
So we have movie nights every now and then, don't we?
Mm.
But but yeah, this one wasn't too bad actually. It wasn't too bad.
Good. Have you got any more birthday questions?
I don't know. Right. Easter as the bunny.
It's a good one.
Thanksgiving as the turkey. If birthdays had an animal mascot, which one would it be?
Birthdays had a mascot.
No, if Christmas or birthdays. Sorry.
Birthdays
had an animal. Gosh, hard questions.
I thought that was a good one, and I
No,
thought
no,
you
it's good.
choose.
I don't know. Maybe we're just. I don't know. I think
Thought
it's
I
not
knew
that,
your
we just-
choice on this as well.
A chicken?
a chick-
Well, no, because no birthday cakes. Birthday cakes. The main ingredient is generally eggs, so I thought of chickens.
yeah.
That's a bit logical, that, Emma, a bit logical.
That was a steady jump. I would have thought your animal would have been dogs. Dogs would
Yeah.
signify birthdays.
It's normally like trying to protect anything that we've made for birthdays from the dogs.
The
so that
dogs,
they don't eat them. It's like it's more a defensive thing with our dogs. What's your
Artie
favourite
asked,
birthday drink? Oh, hi, Artie. Hi from Los Angeles Hollywood guy.
Oh,
Hi. Wine.
red or white?
Well, I like red and white. I'm on white at the moment. Well, not yet. I've got a little. Nigel bought me a bottle of wine for my birthday, so I shall be enjoying that later. So, so yes, I didn't have to think about that one too long. That was an easy question for me.
Go straight in there. And John Evans asked, "How is the snow down there?"
We've had none so far.
None so far from him.
I don't know where John is.
it's actually a miracle that we did get some snow. I managed to build a snowman, but hang on, I could probably actually.
Emma generally never gets any snow.
Ever.
She's very salty about lack of snow.
I could probably try and slightly focus up on it.
That's
Yeah, that's a pretty good picture. Apart from the nose.
Yeah, and then the eyes look honestly depressing.
And I had to sacrifice 2 pieces of my kindling for it.
But Emma would have axed them in half anyway, so you're getting twice as much kindling now.
This is true. So yeah, we've had it's been like really good snow as well, hasn't it? It came down quite quickly.
Emma, what's your favorite breakfast? Probably pancakes with Nutella.
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
making
that's a
pancakes.
pretty good one, that.
I love chocolate, but I don't like Nutella. Just don't like it.
It's really good.
I say owl as you get a year wiser. Yeah, I don't mind growing old. I think
John's in Glasgow.
Right.
So he's
No.
up
Glasgow
north.
has lots of snow. See who else we have.
Bob says, "Happy birthday, Fiona."
Oh, hi, Bob. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. You really don't look as old as you are. I feel it.
Pardon?
RT saying I don't look as old as I am, but I actually do probably feel it.
Oh no.
Well, I think we're just missing cruising. We just feel like we're in the boat all the time, in the boat or an Aldi, and then back.
Winter, best place to be is in the
Are you
boat.
gonna put that one out. Put.
I thought it was a burger.
Say it properly. Go on. Emma sort of says things in a very Wiltshire accent. Go on then.
Burger.
Say it properly.
Burger.
Oh dear. Oh.
What do you?
I was going to take the opportunity to thank everybody. We've reached 500 subscribers. So yay!
Well
Really excited
done.
about that, and thank you very much for helping with that, Fiona and Narrowboat Girl. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we never thought we'd get there.
Well, we never thought anybody would watch us.
When we first started.
We're still in the summer in case anybody wants to see any cruising.
Yeah.
Well, we're very jealous because you've got cruising videos to, and I watch your videos, and then I get sad that I can't go out myself, and I worry that I'm going to have forgotten how to drive a boat.
Hi, Christopher Flint.
Hi, Christopher. Hi.
Well, it says Chris Flint, so I presume.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll forget. Don't worry if you can't drive the boat, because Emma will do it for you.
Oh, that'll be fun, won't it? It's good. On the way to Blacking, not on the way back from Blacking, though.
Don't you drive the boat much, Emma?
I've driven it a few times, but not too
No, not
much.
But apparently you'll be able to drive it on the way to Blackening.
Yes.
Which is a good time, really, to be fair, because it'll be black. Oh, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate that.
Yeah. When we reached 300, we did a little vlog to say thank you. And Louise got really over enthusiastic. I think she burst everybody's eardrums.
And then on 400, Dave just wanted to go like this,
Fonz. Hey.
which I didn't think was. But to do 500 thanks live is simply amazing. I'm really excited about that. Is there an age limit to driving the boat? That's a good question, John. I don't think there is there?
No.
I thought it was around 12. I thought for sort of insurance.
Is there?
I don't know. I got 12 in my mind, but I know people do. I don't know if, I got a feeling it's something about 12. I think, or is that the helmsman course? Emma couldn't do the proper helmsman course, I think, until she was 12. So she did the junior helmsman course because you were 11, weren't you? But maybe
what was that like, Emma?
Pretty. I only like actually drove it. Wait, was it which one? The first one or the second one I did properly?
Oh, she's sort of done a couple. She did a proper helmsman course, junior helmsman course when we were on the Kennet and Avon, and you did. I
drove the boat a little bit, but it was more your training.
But to be fair, we knew nothing about a boat, literally nothing.
But then when I did the
boats.
proper one, I was really tired after it because you just stand there. I think I went through a lock, I went through a winding bit, and like I drove up and down like straight bits of canal and stuff.
Yes, we were very lucky. We met up with somebody called Mick from Planet Narrowboats. And he teaches people. He doesn't do the helmsman course, but he will do. He's really good. He actually teaches you to sort of all the things you need to know to drive. Not saying the helmsman course doesn't, but it's very much more geared to what you need. And he very kindly took Emma out a couple of times and sort of gave her lessons. And was very patient with her. So we were very grateful for the couple of lessons that Emma got from him. So I think he's on the Lancaster at the moment, but I think when he's off, he'd be definitely, if somebody wants to maybe build up their confidence with driving, he's really a good person to sort of think about.
We just got thrown in, didn't we? We hired a boat, they showed us a lock and off we went. So the first boat that came towards us, that was a little bit nervous.
Yes,
yeah, they didn't tell us which side to pass on or anything. It was just sort
That's
of
the left side, by the way.
Here's a boat and just get on with it. It was a bit daunting.
It might have changed now, but sorry, I've got a really sore neck, everybody, so I'm struggling to turn. So it might be different now, but when we started, we was just thrown in at the deep end.
And the first lock flight we came to was Bosley Locks on the Macclesfield.
That was extremely enthusiastic going up there.
And it was sort of like 12 locks on his first day. It was sort of like, what do we do here? But after that, we sort of like fell in love with boating. That we had 7 days that first time, and by the end of the first day, we were in love with it. It were
never look back.
Never look back.
So going places with Grandy asked, how was our Christmases? Ours was super quiet.
Yeah, very quiet.
We had it on the boat. We cooked Christmas dinner on the boat. We didn't really go anywhere.
No. Your mum came, didn't she?
Yeah, we had to have our Christmas presents on the washing machine because there was no room for them. So yeah, that Christmas was. What about you guys? You were on the Ashby, weren't you?
Yeah, we would. It was just us and Nigel, who's in our bubble. So again, sort of like everybody, just sort of quiet. We I think we had some food and kept it simple. Really, to be fair, we tend to sort of keep it a bit simple anyway. It's kind of the life. I don't think we did sort of much last year, did we? And then I think
realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think the year before we went and just had a drink with some boaters we met. So just again, sort of nice and simple, nice and sort of quiet, really.
Good question here. With the cold nights, do you all still enjoy life on the water? Yeah, I definitely do, because I think it's the time to spend with family. So you're in, you hunker down, and to be honest with you, you really appreciate the other seasons as well.
Yeah.
It's not really cold, is it? I mean, I don't know what you're like, but if the fire's on, we're generally hot.
Yeah. I mean, we put the fire on, but then sort of turn the vents down so it's running lower. But no, we're not sitting in a 35-degree boat, so that's quite. And
It
also,
is,
our
yeah.
stove is at the other end, so we're in the cooler end of the boat. We're in the bedroom end,
Yeah.
so it's not as hot up here.
But we're just sat here in t-shirts, so you know.
Oh, I noticed
Yes.
you're wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, the fire's quite low. But we don't like, we don't like it being too hot when we go to bed. So to be fair, I would say my mornings, unless I get up in the middle of the night and do a bit of relighting, which I did yesterday. It was actually still lit, but I did, because it was going to be really cold, I got up in the middle of the night and did a bit of a kind of a reload. But other than that, it is cold in the mornings. But, you know, you don't have to have it cold. We just don't like it too hot overnight.
Definitely still enjoy life on the water, though.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't go back to land, would you?
Would you go back to a house?
No, not
No.
really.
Apart from a bath every now and then would be nice.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one thing we miss.
Yeah.
Whenever we book into a hotel, I always ask for a bath.
That's the first thing she asked for. I want a room with a bath.
Ensuite with a bath.
Yeah, we did that when we went to my brother's wedding.
We
That
did
was the
not take
first
advantage
thing.
of it enough.
We did not. We were going to just spend the entire weekend in the bath, but it never quite happened that way. It was
Oh,
just-
yeah. John Evans asked, what was his name again, Fiona? I'm not sure what that was relation to. Oh, the guy that drove the boat.
Oh, Mick from Planet Narrowboats. I think you'll find we've done 2 videos. I think Emma, we met him down in Rugby. So Emma did a video, like an interview video, which was quite sweet. And then we met up again with them on the train to Mersey. So I think that the title of that one is "So You're Thinking of Buying a Narrowboat" or something. And we do some pros and cons, and then do a little bit about driving. But he's it's just, he's a really good kind of person for you know, just getting you confident. He's helped a lot of kind of ladies who maybe their husbands have died and they were thinking about giving up their narrowboats because they weren't confident, and he's just really good. He takes people out and, you know, spends time with them, and then, you know, just gets them to sort of build up their confidence. He also teaches, he's got a sort of like a good system for doing sort of like locks solo. So I'd quite like to really learn that one day, because at the moment Emma does my locks, but I'd quite like to be able to do my locks on my own.
College.
Say again?
Yeah, when she goes to college. Well, I just think it's a good thing to be able to do everything, isn't it?
I
Just
do a lot of single-handed when Dave's working during the week.
Yeah,
If I'm off on the car. But no,
I
I don't know whether
don't
it's the right way, but it's certainly my way.
I
It
don't like
works
the
for
ladder.
me.
The ladder just is a bit scary for me. I'm not good on the ladder.
Dirty. Just make sure you have a shower at night. It's dirty.
Yeah.
Here's another one from Artie.
Emma, with your interesting mechanics, have you looked at the Lego Technic sets with the power functions? I actually really like Lego. I have a massive tub of just Lego on like inside our sort of seats.
Pink Lego.
Pink Lego. It's like it was mini the friend sets. But I really like Lego. It'd be cool. But I've seen like some of the new Lego sets that have come out and they look really fancy.
But somebody very kindly bought Emma a really fancy toolkit for Christmas.
I want to tear everything in this
So
boat.
she's going to be doing lots of DIY. So
The door right here was seeing some.
she keeps wanting to take doors off, which really
But
annoys
it would
me.
be cool because then it would air could.
We don't want doors taken off.
We want doors
don't
taken
want
off
doors
with the
taken
shiny
off.
toolbox.
Okay, moving on. Apparently there is no age limit for driving a boat.
Yeah, we have seen, thinking about it, we have seen some young kids try steering boats, haven't we, while we've been out? Not so much this year, but in past.
Well, Harrison stolen our boat.
Yeah,
He did
yeah.
at one point. No, Harrison, my nephew's driven our boat, but he couldn't see over the boat, so that was quite interesting in itself.
Yeah. Our old buddy, when he did that, about 10,
Yeah,
11.
he was quite taught. So Bob asked, where are we hiding the Great Dane? I believe Willow is in the shower. That's her bed. That's where she sleeps. That's why we use the block. That's why we use facilities, is because it's just a pain heaving her out of the shower and she's got nowhere to go. So she's currently in the shower, very quiet. And I think...
Oh,
your audio's gone really weird.
we can't hear you. Are you sitting on your mic again? Are you?
No, we still can't hear you.
Can people hear us? Can people in the chat say if they can hear us?
We gone live.
Can you hear anything? Can people hear us?
Yeah, they can hear
us.
But they can't. We can't hear Louise. You might have there's like a mute button. Maybe you press there's an S key, like the S key will mute you. Have you pressed that?
Have I pressed?
There you go. You're back in the
Can you hear
game.
us now?
Can you speak one more time?
No.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, okay, thanks,
Slight
Lisa.
technical problems.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But thank you for saying. I'd have been wibbling on for ages. About Monopoly?
I don't know.
Oh, yes. When I'm not allowed to play Monopoly, Lisa.
Louise gets really violent and
No, I don't
competitive.
get violent. I'm going to say that on live TV.
I won't play chess with Louise anymore.
Okay, I'm just very competitive. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
I like to. You're giving out all the juicy secrets. Who's this? You, Emma, here? What?
Have you any ambitions for what career you'd like to follow? Well, I'm with my gaming channel that I have. I'm probably going to try, obviously still be doing Narrowboat Girl, but I want to like do that more. So I eventually want to become like a Twitch streamer and or as well YouTube as well. And I want to sort of I guess being like a Twitch streaming gamer type person. Hang on, let me move this.
With mechanics.
I really want to be I really want to be a VTuber. It's like when these people have virtual avatars, and it's like all rigged to your face, and it's like you design your own character and stuff. So that's probably going to be something I go down.
But I think going to college, I think it's as much for Emma to sort of go to college and do something kind of, useful, and so we just thought mechanics would be sort of, at least it's something that's kind of handy. But you kind of want to go more.
Mechanics would be super, and then we could get discount.
But I think she wants to keep herself busy with being a Twitch streamer. So
do you like taking things apart, Emma, and stuff like that? Do you like working with your hands?
I guess so. I haven't really played. I guess I haven't really. Can't remember too much.
You're not bad, actually. You're quite patient. And obviously Emma does quite a lot of our engine checks, the kind of what we're able to do. So, and she's quite small for a boat engine, which is quite handy to sort of send her down the engine bay. So she can, do the weed hatch and sort of re-grease the sort of stern gland and things like that. And you do all the oil checks and things. So, but yeah, she's kind of, so I think she just have a bit of a head start with mechanics because she does quite a lot of boat stuff.
Mm.
But I think you just want to do something at college that's not too academic.
I'm mainly going for college for myself, just to meet some friends or something. Because that's probably the obviously mechanics and stuff. But apart from mechanics, that's the only other reason I really want to go to college.
You don't want to go and write lots of essays.
No,
do you?
I do not.
Nice to have people your own age. I don't think are there many boaters your age?
I've probably only come across 2 people. One, they live on a mooring, and the other one I think just goes kind of lives part-time on it. But I don't think I've actually really ever met a kid that continuously cruises like us.
Yeah, there's a few that we sort of come across, but the problem is you meet them and then we move on or they move on, so it tends to be
big system, isn't it?
Yeah, you tend to keep in touch with people online, really. But you've got, a lot of online friends, which has been really good because of lockdown. To be fair, nobody's sort of getting out and seeing their friends at the moment anyway. So at least
it's online.
Yes, and that's it. Emma's always had online friends. So to be fair, at least the lockdown's not meant a massive difference for her. So
That's one of the things I was going to ask Emma. How have you found it this year with the lockdown and everything? Has it affected you much?
I guess I kind of like, obviously with the cruising, I kind of miss cruising, especially since this winter, like the past winters that we've been on the boat, something's always happened that we haven't really been able to like go out and cruise properly. So I kind of just want like a winter or something that we can just go cruising, because we haven't really been able to do that for the past like 3 years that we've been on the boat. But I've just kind of been, obviously it's slightly, we had to like replan sort of videos for Narrowboat Girl because we were planning to do a bunch of cruising videos. But I also think I took like, especially like this time to get better at editing and trying to figure out some new things that I want to add to Narrowboat Girl. And I also managed to grow my gaming channel. So I guess it was kind of...
But not much changes for you in terms of routines because of Emma's homeschooling and because she already had a lot of friends online. So for you, I think it's probably been a big shock to the system for the kids to go to school. But because Emma was already homeschooled, she's already in that kind of routine of getting her books out and getting on with stuff. So it did...
Have you done any ice breaking then? Have you ever done any ice breaking cruising?
Bits.
I think we've done like what, like maybe when it was like really thin ice, but we don't generally go out if it's really cold. 1 for our boat and 2 for other people's and stuff. They're blacking.
It's a bit of a controversial thing, isn't it? It's like you don't want to go out when it's really deep because then the sound when people go past our boat is insane. The noise. If it
they
is
say
thick.
that they say that the plastic boats can break in the ice.
Yeah,
boats. Yeah.
I mean, we're right near a water point, so to be fair, we just feel like people need to get to the water point, and it hasn't been really thick, sort of on the Ashby, or people haven't moved when it's really thick, but it does sound like your boat is scraping. You know, it's scraping everything off, and as you say, with the kind of fiberglass boats, it can break them. So we tend to not, go out if it's icy.
I think we used to do ice breaking when we were on the Chesterfield, but I mean that was relatively nobody was on there.
Hardly anybody uses it in summer.
In the winter.
In the winter, sorry. Ice breaking in summer, yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, everybody's in moorings. It's not. Yeah. There's not a lot of visitors moorings.
No, there aren't. But yeah, that was interesting. The sounds that it makes when you're cruising are loud enough. So when you're inside and there's a boat coming past, breaking, I mean, it must be
like an echo, isn't it? Really?
Must be really bad.
Here's a good question. Have you got any certain stretches of canal that you wish to venture on in 2021?
I kind of want to check out maybe the Grand Union because we haven't really been down there. I'd preferably like to go to Oxford just again.
Emma loved the Oxford Canal.
I really like the Oxford, especially sort of not Ashby, what was it? Thrupp.
I really liked Thrupp.
Thrupp and Kidlington.
Why did you really like Thrupp?
We kind of went at like sort of full time, so it was really pretty there. Like everything was like the leaves were falling, and it was just really pretty. It was really pretty. Also, just like going up and down. It was good for like moorings and stuff. There was even like woods nearby.
It was really pretty,
and it was the first like canal they'd been on like before the K&A and stuff, like after the K&A. So I really just I like the Oxford a lot.
I think the K&A was a hard canal. Then we did our week on the Thames, and then we got onto the Oxford, and I think it's when we really started to think, we really like this, because you can like moor up easily, and it had armcoat everywhere, and whereas the K&A was actually a very stressful kind of canal to cruise. So I think we just had that first love of kind of like the Oxford.
And the K&A, you have to use gangplanks a lot, don't you?
Oh, it's a nightmare. It's
really annoying.
It's really difficult.
Not sure either would do a gangplank, to be fair. Have we got any plans to go to London Day?
Our diagonal here.
So that would be from Ripon down to Bristol I think we're going to go across the Leeds, Liverpool again into Birmingham.
Yeah, but there's one of the Silver Propeller Challenge locations is at the top of the Ashby, and there's one on the Airwash, whatever. So it depends. We're sort of like we're still talking about routes what we're actually going to take because we came back over the Leeds Liverpool the back end of last year. So do we really want to do that again so quickly? So it might be a case of coming down the
What about
trend.
London?
London, I don't know. Will I do it on the way out
All the way back.
or the way back?
Probably get it on the way back.
We do want to do London. You really want to do London, don't you? And the
Don't you guys want to do London? You don't look like you want to do London.
No, I think I'd like to get close and then get on a train and go to London. I think I'd like to do.
I like to obviously go into London, but I don't think I'd want to bring the boat there because I think obviously there's not a lot of spaces. I think it's slightly limited on facilities. And it's also just probably really crowded and stuff.
Not good with our dogs. Our dogs aren't very friendly.
And to be honest, the people that are moored there probably wouldn't really like our dogs. So
if you had to be double moored and then we had to try and get our dogs across somebody else's boat, that would
be interesting. Yeah.
That's the problem we have with our dogs.
I think they'd follow us, but
they would. But
we never thought about double breasting. But if they're going to go, they're going to go, aren't they?
I mean, I'd like to do certain bits, but I'd like to go to those bits. I think the sort of the real central bits look really pretty, and Camden Lock and Hampton Court. But if I could kind of teleport there and not do all the other bits, but
the other bits, yeah, totally agree.
But I think if we got maybe to the outskirts, kind of Milton Keynes or somewhere, and then just jumped on a train, that would, I think we definitely want to go to London. But I don't know. It's not on a high list of priorities. I think I'd like to go into sort of Birmingham. Emma's a bit less keen on the 50 million locks. But
I'm very little keen on the 50 million locks.
So by that time, Emma, you'll be driving and Mum will be doing the locks.
Birmingham's actually wonderful.
It is great.
We really enjoy.
You'll enjoy it. There is a lot of locks.
There is a lot of locks.
Can't get away from that, but
it is a fantastic place to cruise.
It's full of history, and it's revamped now, isn't it?
Yeah. Some of the places are hard to get to, and there's a lot of rubbish in Canal and that. But some of the scenery and the urban, it's just a great place to go. We love it.
Yeah, we do like it. Yeah. And we'll be doing the BCN challenge as well in May, if it's on.
Hopefully, if it's
on. So have you ever been up north, you guys?
The furthest we got was just on the outskirts of Chester, or just sort of beyond Anderton.
But we decided if we kept having
more.
We had to keep turning around and going through locks there. We got sick of it, so we decided to leave.
We were going to do the Leeds Liverpool. That was my rule because I studied in Leeds, so I really wanted to. But
that's great.
I know it sounds maybe a bit sort of namby, but when all the lockdown stuff happened, I just wanted to come back to places that were kind of a bit more familiar, and just the thought.
Would you do that in the future?
I'd like to do I'd like to do the Leeds.
Couple of years, maybe.
Yeah, but I think it's quite a hard canal, isn't it?
It's quite colder and heavy.
Leeds Liverpool, it's
bridges,
swing bridges. The swing bridges are a pain. There is lock flights, but apart from Wigan, the Wigan flight, which is 21 locks.
Yeah, but you get volunteers on that.
The others are fairly short flights, 4 or 5, maybe 6 locks at most. But it's a absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
I think it's definitely got to be on your bucket list somewhere down the line, maybe.
Oh, definitely. I think we just sort of slightly welched out just because we just felt we didn't know what was happening with the
Oh,
world.
no, we don't know.
And we just felt, especially when these canals are new and you haven't got a car, everything we have to plan everything. We have to plan where the shops are. We have to, you know, and I just didn't know if I fancied a year of that amount of planning, of not knowing what was ahead. Once you've done a canal once, it's not so bad because you tend to find extra things. Like when we've come back the way, we were like, oh, there's an extra shop here, and there's an extra. But when you're just going at it sort of straight, it's really lots of, like for me, lots of work, just sort of the planning.
So I was quite lucky that Dave always brought our shopping to us. So.
Hey, what the fudge? Dude, no.
Oh yeah, we've done the Calder and Ebble. Yes.
Which one's that?
The one where you have to use stick.
Oh yes, the stick. I love that stick. I don't like that stick.
Instead of a windlass on the locks, you have to use a 3
They
foot.
can't see that, Dave.
Sorry, 3 foot.
It's like a stick, and it has like a pointy end, and you have to like winch it.
Yes,
but
I've
you have
seen
to,
that. Yeah.
You're single-handed, and you have to climb out of a lock with a big stick. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've been a bit namby, haven't we? We felt like the stroppy was kind of quite challenging for us.
Oh, hi, Sasha's Narrowboat Life.
Oh, hi, Sasha.
Hi, Sasha. Yeah. So yeah, we've done the Calder and Ebble, the Leeds Liverpool, Huddersfield Wide,
yeah,
and we've done the Narrow as well, and the Staniforth Tunnel.
Stanish Tunnel.
That one.
Yeah, that were on my bucket list of things to do. We've done it. I don't think we'll do it again.
Okay, that dog's this one. For you all, do you have any issues taking dogs to new vets? We plan our journeys because Eva is on heavy medication, and we come back to Sheffield once a month for Eva, and we tend to schedule all our admin stuff into that day. So we don't generally go for new vets. If it came to an emergency vet, we would do that, but we generally try and get it done on that one day, that monthly basis. Do you guys have a resident vet or?
For us, we generally try. There's like Pets at Home, and there's the Pets for Vets or something. And we just, when we're in a new area, we'll go to an area with the Pets for Vets.
Well, we do have vaccinations. We've got lifetime vaccinations.
But luckily, the information can just be transferred between everything. So
they're due to be vaccinated, and because we paid a lump sum, so it's technically free. So we go back, but then we can just pick a Vets for Pets. So every year around February, March, we get close to a Vets for Pets, and then we get their vaccinations.
Transfer all of the information. So that's a national thing then.
Well, if you can find, as long as if you find a Vets for Pets, they will just transfer your information to that Vets for Pets, and then we can get our free vaccinations. Well, they're not free because we paid for them a few years ago. But we've fortunately, Peaky was the only one Peaky needed some help when we were Middlewich. We haven't had any problems getting vets, and then they just usually phone up the previous vets and get any information. And then obviously, sadly, when Peaky had his stroke, we were very fortunate to be very close to a vet's. So I suppose we haven't got dogs that ever had long-term issues. So we've been sort of fortunate enough to be able to just visit vets if we've needed them, which has only been sort of twice really.
We have ongoing medical, so still yet to be. We've never done the Ashby.
No, that's one of the things that
never
we
ever
want
done
to
the
do
Ashby. So
this year.
We're looking forward to doing it again, aren't we? Because there's lovely woods at the other end.
Yeah,
definitely. They fixed that breach yet?
Yeah, we're just about to say that. Are you where you are? Are you anywhere near the breach?
Down the other end.
Yeah, the breach is at the other end, and I think some of the boats sort of in the marinas nearer, they went down a little bit, but I think they managed to get some boards across. But I mean, we wanted to do, after like in the winter, because in the summer it does get very shallow, and it is like it's quite. Although it hasn't got locks, everybody thinks it's quite an easy canal. It isn't, because it's so shallow. So when you go to the side to get past boats, you always end up grounding. So it's actually kind of quite a tricky kind of canal in that respect.
Ashby shallower than the Chesterfield.
Well, I don't know.
We struggle on the Chesterfield, which would be our local shallow canal.
Yeah. Oh, you've pressed your button again. Have you
And I didn't press any
Oh,
button, did I?
no, you're back again. Sorry.
Can you hear me,
Yeah, we can hear you.
man?
Stop pressing the buttons.
Sorry. I was just showing the question. Sorry.
That's all right.
The
farthest
furthest south
south.
we've been, you've been all the way south, haven't you?
Kennet and
We didn't go quite as far to sort of Bristol or Bath, but we probably went as sort of Devizes, which is sort of Wiltshire.
But we've only been as far as Northampton.
Yeah.
Which is probably north for everybody else, but that's south for us.
We have been into Wales, but I don't know whether Northampton's actually
Lower
than the Llangollen.
I'm glad you said it. I
Yeah.
struggle with that.
So, but the Llangollen was very pretty, but very shallow and very, very busy.
Extremely busy.
An immense amount of hire boats on that canal.
Oh, it's beautiful,
very-
isn't it? It's
it's-
one of the 7 wonders of the canal, isn't it?
Yeah, the
So
aqueduct.
why would you expect anything else?
No, you wouldn't.
Love the hat.
Hi, Les.
Hi, Les. Thank you. It was an expensive Etsy hat,
It's an expensive
Overly-
designer Etsy hat. So, well, not that expensive, but
probably overly priced for a beanie, maybe. But it's pretty. It has a.
she did a
There's a
lot of
bee on it.
internet research on exactly what beanie she wanted, and we had to look at lots of things, didn't we, online,
Yeah.
and then
It was like a weak decision.
so
What,
took
for
a
a
lot of
hat?
effort.
Yes,
Oh,
though
yes.
the problem is the thing is there's some beanies when they're not really beanies technically, they're just hats. So we had to actually I was trying to find like an actual proper beanie.
Yeah. I got a beanie, but I
Yeah.
didn't
A
see one.
teenager. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I'm pressing buttons again. I do apologize. John says that all canals are shallow. Yeah.
Or did they
All the
silt up?
canals. Well, we were on the Trent coming down south. There was lots of silt after the first lockdown when we were released.
Yeah.
And they put like floating cones. So it made you aware of where the silt was coming in from
Even on the River Trent.
even on the River Trent. I do believe a friend of ours did get grounded there.
Yeah, they
though.
did, going into one at Locks.
Yeah, so they do silt up if they're not used. But up here where we are on the Sheffield South Yorkshire Navigation, they have commercial craft now. I think there's 2 companies running commercial craft, and basically CRT don't need to do anything because them commercial crafts are traveling so low and so deep that they just dredge the canal. So it's pretty good for us. But I don't know about you guys down there because we've never been further south than Northampton.
The Ashby's is shallow. The Oxford used to get a bit shallow, but I used
Probably
to find
Ashby's the most sort of shallow.
yeah, the Oxford had a few bits, but that's why we quite like things like the Trent and Mersey and the Staffordshire and Worcestershire. We always found them quite nice, not too shallow sort of canals, sort of easy canals, easy to find moorings, not quite as popular, so you could get your kind of middle of nowhere moorings and sort of places. So we quite like those. They seem to be slightly less sort of shallow.
Well, Emma, as the lock mistress being on the Ashby, would you prefer all canals to have or not have locks? I guess locks are kind of good. They're generally good for videos and stuff since it's more interesting. And I guess I like the 1 or 2 locks, they're kind of fine, but I just really despise the ones with the big flights. So I guess I feel like I'd have to go for the locks ones because it just makes cruising just a bit more I guess interesting. Apart from if you're in a really pretty spot, but I mean, if you're kind of going down a canal, you've maybe been through.
And it's just part of the history of the canals, isn't it? You feel like you're.
I feel like the amount of flights are slightly unnecessary. I think they're just there to make people suffer. But I think probably.
But we
There
do
is
like.
that.
Yeah.
I think the fly boats, as they were travelling the canals, I mean, they used to just shoot through them locks. No,
What-
not like us taking sort of 15 minutes on one.
I think what astounds me is that the system's 200 years old, and we haven't come up with a better way of doing
Oh.
the locks. You know, the locks, although they might have been maintained and renovated, they're still the original method of moving water and taking boats up and down.
Well, you've got the Anderton lift and
Yeah.
you've got the Falkirk wheel as well.
But they're all okay. The Falkirk wheel's a bit more modern, but even the Anderton lift's over 100 years old.
And it's had 3 different designs on it.
Yeah.
So this is a good one. I don't know the answer to this. Sasha asked, what is the draft of your boat?
I don't know. I
That
feel
would be
like
a Dave
my
question.
prop is quite low. I feel like I struggle on sort of. I don't know if it's my boat, but I think my prop always seems to bounce along as I'm kind of cruising. And when I say my prop, you know, the bit of the, I don't know. I'm not very good at the technical stuff. But no, I don't. I have no idea what the draft is. I'm afraid. Sorry.
What's our draft?
Our draft is 2'6".
Oh, to be precise.
2'6" stationary. 2'9" and when we
Does
move
it
in.
move? Does it change? Does it?
Yeah, when you move in, the back end.
Who knew? Who knew? Oh, is that why when you're on a shallow canal they say to go slower so you're not sucked in as?
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's like in this when we were last on the Ashby, I had to go very slow because it was just constantly like bounce. Yeah, you couldn't.
There you go. Learn something new every day. Every day's a school day.
But when we get the boat out of the water, I might I don't know. I'll get them to have a look and make sure there's not a problem. But I presume it's a boat out of the water kind of thing.
Want to read this one, Emma?
For all, how was it going through the first ever tunnel? Quite anxious for this one when I come to do one. Was the first tunnel the Hair Castle?
You did a couple. We did one on the Ashby, didn't we? Which was the one on the Ashby was a little difficult because you had to look to see
if because it wasn't like one of the ones that were manned. You just had to.
But
look.
Your first major one, the Hair Castle tunnel.
I cried because the thing is when they put the vents on and then it was really loud and I cried for the first like 5 minutes.
I think we were the only boat, so we went in and they shut the doors behind us, and then these fans come on, and she did actually cry for 5 minutes.
And then when you come out of the tunnel. Oh, when you come out of the tunnel, like all the canals sort of, it's like the reddish colour, I think, from the tunnel. And then the shower facilities, which is really odd. Like after you come out of a cold, wet tunnel, you want to go and immediately take another slightly cold shower, which doesn't make a mountain of sense, but...
I got really salty because I thought there was a water point there and there was only showers, and I had a big hissy fit. Not with anybody, just had a hissy fit because I was like, why are we have bothering showers? I want a water point. Because I hadn't read the map properly, had I?
No.
Didn't like the Hardcastle tunnel because I think I was tootling along and there was boats in front of us, and they went out, and to keep the ventilation they then closed the doors on me, and I was like, but I'm heading towards the doors and you've closed them.
Yeah.
So it worked out okay.
It is an experience, but it is, I think it's just that kind of, you just have to, I suppose, just you do get that slight sense of panic, and then you just have to kind of concentrate and kind of get on with it. But the Hair Castle's great.
Our first tunnels were those on
Macclesfield?
No, on the Trent and Mersey near on way out to Preston Brook, the 3 in.
It was a long time ago, probably about 10 years ago for us. So I think it was just sort of hope, pray nobody's coming the other way.
Yeah, the one where the 2 got wedged this year.
Oh, was that our first?
That was our first tunnel.
That wasn't us. Just to confirm, we didn't get wedged. That was somebody else on the news. I think that was probably stubbornness on their behalf.
Yeah.
Here's another one from Richard. He said that he likes seeing the old stone bridges.
They are really pretty, especially sort of in the middle of nowhere spots where they sort of have like plants and stuff like taking over them. Susie.
Sorry,
Oh, wait.
Susie's desperate to get up. There we go. All right, Angel. Sorry. Don't.
Angel.
Sorry.
Stop.
Sorry.
I think you always know when Willow's barking is because it's so much deeper and louder. She stopped,
Angel.
David. You can come back now. You've left me on my own.
Angel twirls because she's got brain damage, so she just twirls. Oh no, I'm not a big sharer of my wine with anybody. Not at the moment, but no. I mean, I don't necessarily have an issue with, young people learning to, having wine with a bit of water like
gross.
the French. But Emma really doesn't like. Emma's
good.
very, very picky about her. She doesn't even really drink sort of fizzy
generally
water.
water.
She generally just drinks water. So, and the odd McDonald's milkshake. So to be fair, she's kind of I don't feel like I'm one of these mums that's got to watch what she'll be like as a. But yes, no. Yeah, I'm on a diet, so like this, my bottle of wine is a real treat for me. I should be back into calorie counting.
Will that do 1 day or 2 days for you?
I don't know, and I'm not sure what I'd like to say too much.
Let me know later. Did we see the skeleton? I think we did see the skeleton, but I don't think we've ever videoed it.
No,
we don't know exactly where it is. Did you guys?
Yeah, I think we said I don't think we managed to get it, did we?
It was kind of dark, so it was tricky to get a film of.
Yeah.
I'm sadly don't know how they managed to get that in there, but
we like
enterprising people, isn't there?
We like there was some young people who went in there in canoes and got into lots of trouble, didn't they? It was quite funny.
that was on the news.
Mm.
What was that? It's on here. Have you ever seen the boat? No,
we haven't.
Luckily, we've never seen a boat get wedged in a lock when the water's emptying out. Have you ever seen anybody?
I think once we've got our fenders and had to do it but we're usually quite hot on lock safety, and I think once we had to sort of stop and then pull some sort of fenders so that we didn't get. No, we've been quite fortunate. We were very fortunate to miss the boat behind us. Their dog fell in and drowned, so that was horrible, but luckily we weren't around then. But yeah, no, luckily we haven't seen any kind of tricky, but we're really kind of careful around our locks.
Any of your dogs fell in?
Our dogs are never allowed out our dogs are too insane to be let out when we're going around locks. No,
I mean, at any time have they ever fell in the canal or anywhere?
Oh, every single one of our dogs has fallen in. Even I've fallen in, and Ma's never fallen in.
My foot fell in.
That doesn't count, Fiona. You've got to go in.
Yes, you've got to go in.
I'm very good.
Angel, boat until you've been in.
Angel once
she was so disorientated.
Ran out the back and then jumped off what she thought was the side with the towpath and then just jumped straight in the water. But she's never done that again. It's been mainly more slips than proper fallings in. They're not really water dogs. So
Susie, you would kind of assume she's a water dog, but I've taken her in several little rivers and lakes and stuff, and she despised me for it.
So yeah, they're not. We're quite fortunate in the sense they're not drawn to the water. So they've only sort of
live on water.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, as Emma, there is one video where Emma's it almost looks like she's dragging the dogs through like a stream, and you can see that they're not that impressed, are they? They're not really.
Once we were in this sort of, I think it was on the Canal, and there was this stream going along this. Like this field, and I decided I want to go in there and walk along it, and it was the worst thing ever because I brought Podge, which is one of the worst dogs to bring.
Aww.
Because he sinks like a stone. And it was like it took like an hour, maybe not an hour, but it felt like an hour, and I was constantly worried of something about to kill me, which it was this tiny little stream nothing was going to, but I still felt like, so definitely the dogs are not water dogs at all.
Especially when they're not going to do the doggy paddle.
No,
especially
Podge's butt just went poof.
We try, like if we were somewhere where we weren't doing locks, we do sometimes try and bring them out to sort of, but they just bark at things as we go by, and and then you end up having to sort of send them back in again. They're kind of quite.
That's their job.
I know.
That's their job.
Just a bit
Oh, I've been officially going for 64 minutes.
Have we?
Yeah, very exciting.
Sorry.
No,
Artie, the furthest we've been south is Northampton.
Yeah.
That's that.
You'll be down at Kennet and Haven.
You guys have been further south. Just quickly.
Hi, Tim
College.
Collins.
Hi. Oh, John Evans has got a quote from about the narrowboat experience. Yes, I saw that video where they got their fenders. We've all, I think most of us have forgotten about our fenders in the lock and then gone in, and then they did a video and they were like, put their hands up and said, we forgot about our fenders and we got kind of wedged. So I think once you've done it once, we were lucky when we did do it, because the Oxford Canal, the locks are quite narrow, and then you do find you tend to not do it again. So I think probably most people would say they've maybe forgotten their fenders.
Narrow canals.
And Chesterfield.
Chesterfield.
We did get stuck coming out of a lock on the Chesterfield. The bottom gate didn't open quite fully, and sometimes when you're coming out you can nudge the gate open. Only this time it didn't, and we sort of like got wedged in the gate. It took us about half an hour to get there. We were shoving boat from side to side to get out, but that weren't water. That was just the lock gate wouldn't open properly.
There's a quick one for you, Emma. We don't never met anybody.
Find it when strangers followers of your channel greet you. Did you take that some to get used to? I guess I did, like, when the first few times. I don't get noticed an insane amount, but I definitely have gotten used to it and stuff. And I always feel really bad because when people first meet me, obviously on my videos, I'm like, I talk a lot and everything, and it's generally how I am. But when I meet new people or people that I don't know, I get incredibly, I get shy, and then I just slightly turn quiet, which I feel really bad because I think people expect the super hyper bubbly type person, which I generally am. But when I meet new people or something, I get really nervous.
I don't know
like
them too.
Yeah, but we don't mind. We like it when people say hi, or we don't mind if people knock on the boat and say hi. It's it's nice because
we just drove straight past you earlier this year.
You filmed us though, didn't you?
Put it
Yeah,
on the rerun.
Yeah, we don't mind. It's nice to say hi to people.
We've not had that experience yet.
If you could be any breed of dog except your own, what would you be to, Emma? Probably either a Great Dane, a Husky, a Pomeranian, a Corgi, or
It's a big range of breeds.
I think that's it.
You quite like German. Do you like German Shepherds?
German Shepherds,
Oh,
yes.
you like German Shepherds as well.
Basically, you could have both of ours then. So I think we're good, aren't we?
Yeah.
Have you had a good birthday, Emma?
There's a bit for you on there.
Oh, is there for me? Where?
And what other dog would you have apart from a Great Dane?
Oh, sorry. Me, I'd have a Great Dane.
Apart from a Great Dane.
A Great Dane. I really like the breed. What other dog I'd probably go for? I really wanted a Newfoundland, but they need grooming a lot, so that's not for me. Great Danes are quite low maintenance. They're lap dogs.
Apart from ours, she's crackers.
Or maybe a St. Bernard. They're equally as lazy.
We had a Doberman. We had a Doberman before we had
Doberman puppies are really.
Dobermans are beautiful dogs. I'm putting a vote in for Dobermans.
You had a good lockdown birthday, Fiona.
Yes, it's been lovely, and to be fair, it was very exciting because it snowed, and Emma got to fulfill her dream of her towpath snowman.
I finally got to build a snowman. I've never built a snowman, like, ever. I built the bottom once back in the house, but that's it, and I gave up. So.
Oh, so hi, Mary.
When it snows next week, will you be over the snowman, or will you go again?
Say again?
When it snows again, will you be over the snowman, or will you have another go?
I'll have another go. I feel I need to redeem myself with that. If it still snow tomorrow, I'm going to try and redeem myself as well. But it'll probably be all gone, though.
Gonna wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up.
Thank you very much for my lovely birthday party. Thank you for making it a very special
Just
day.
before you go,
So hang on. Before you go, 1, 2.
we couldn't get you a cake.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Blow out.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Oh.
we'll eat them later.
Right, and on that note, we'll say good night. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks very much. We do hope to live stream again
Yeah.
if you want us to.
But
We've really enjoyed having you guys with us tonight. You've really broke us in quite gently and really appreciate that. And thank you to everybody who's either watching this now or going to watch it later.
yeah.
And thank you to the lovely moderators again for keeping us all safe. We're always
Indeed.
our lovely, lovely moderators.
Done a
Especially keeping
fantastic job.
Yeah, it's nice. It's always nice to know Emma's safe and there's nothing silly going on in the chat.
And
I
me.
really, as a mum, yes, I really, and yes, because Louise is one of my our moderators, so we really appreciate all the people who give up their time to come on our streams and keep Emma safe. And as a mum, I really appreciate that.
Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves.
Good night.
Night. Bye.